Guys, why aren't the lights on yet?
Can we get the lights on, please? Whoa. All right, there we go. Thank you. That's great. And can we get the graphic up? We got the green screen right now. Can we look in the studio? Hey, there we go.
That's better. That's a lot better. But Colin, why aren't we sitting at the desk yet?
Carolyn, why aren't we talking sports?
Let's get this started.
Hello there, I'm Colin Babcock, and welcome to Sports Paws. Joining me at the anchor desk is Carolyn Fales.
Excuse me, Colin, but I think you might be joining me. But what do you got for us today?
Well, I've got some national votes, Sports Paws won a major award, and I've got a fashion award for my golden shirt.
Well, I'm not so sure about that, Colin, but tell me more about this Sports Paws award.
Well, our show has won the 2013 Pinnacle Award for Best Collegiate Sportscast in the country.
Well, that certainly is quite an honor, Colin. Congratulations to all of the producers and members that have put in so much time and work. But enough about that, let's get this going.
Hey, what a season the Quinnipiac Bobcats women's basketball team had last year. They made the NCAA March Madness Tournament for the first time in program history. As a result, Coach Trish Fabry won Mid-Major Preseason Coach of the Year. QU is currently ranked third in the MAAC Preseason Coaches Poll, but on a national level, the Bobcats received 2 votes from the AP Top 25 and 4 votes from the USA Today Coaches Poll. Their first game of the season will be this Friday as they host North Carolina A&T.
And women's basketball isn't the only team getting national votes, Colin. For the second straight week, Quinnipiac men's ice hockey has been ranked in the top 10 in the USCHO.com poll. The Bobcats jumped 2 spots from number 9 to number 7. Minnesota and Notre Dame remain numbers 1 and 2, respectively.
Carolyn, a big reason for the Bobcats' jump in the rankings has to do with Sam Annis. The Quinnipiac freshman was named ECAC Rookie of the Week last week after scoring twice against the Bentley Bulldogs and 3 times in 2 games against the Holy Cross Crusaders. He now has 7 goals and 6 assists, which is good for a team-high 13 points.
Men's ice hockey goalie Michael Gartig has been named the ECAC Goalie of the Month for October. Gartig will have some catching up to do as former Bobcat goalie Eric Hartzell received the award 3 times last season. But Gartig certainly has made quite a start. He is currently on an 8-game winning streak and has allowed 2 or fewer goals in 7 of his 9 games this season. The goaltender also leads the division in minutes played.
With Michael Gartig in net, the Bobcats opened up their ECAC play by traveling to Hamilton, New York to take on the Raiders of Colgate. Colgate started the game on top with an early goal by Emilio Adi, but the lead would not last long. Quinnipiac answered by scoring 7 out of the next 8 goals to win 7-2. Assistant captain Connor Jones scored 2 goals, giving him 100 career points. And when you're hot, you're hot. Jones went on to score the game-winning goal on Saturday night as the Bobcats defeated the Cornell Big Red by a final score of 3-0. Michael Gartig picked up his first career shutout by making 23 saves.
And for the first time in Quinnipiac school history, both the men's and women's hockey teams are nationally ranked for 2 consecutive weeks. The women's team has kept their number 9 ranking for the second week, while Minnesota and Wisconsin top the nation.
With their number 9 ranking, the women's ice hockey team played host to the Colgate Raiders on Friday. Going into the game, the Bobcats were scoring more than 3 goals a game. Carolyn, why not double that up against a 2-6 Raiders team? Here we are up at the bank. The High Point Solutions women's Bobcats hosting the Colgate Raiders. Hey, 7 minutes into the game here, we got Nicole Connery with the puck, passes into Kelly Babcock. Nice move around the defender. Hey, no problem. I'll just put it by the goaltender. QU up 1-0. Hey, let's go. Second period now. Nicole Connery eventually gets it to Kelly Babcock right there. Dishes it out front to the new freshman, Emma Woods. Hey, first try is stopped, but why not go for the rebound? It's good. QU up 2-0. Still in the second period, a breakout pass is picked up by Cheyenne Darkangelo. Darkangelo going down the left side. It's tipped. Oh, what a boo-boo by the Colgate defender. That's an own goal. Tips off her skate through the legs. Hey, third period, it's now 3-0. A shot from the point by Nicole Brown. And that'll end up being a goal right there, tipped home. And hey, Bobcats are just reeling now. Shot, and that second one goes. Bobcats now up 5-0. Colgate just trying to get some kind of offense going. It's going to be Rachel Walsh with the puck. She brings it in, shoots it in on Layden, but Layden just too good in this one. 20 saves, recorded her 4th shutout of the season. They went out, put a little icing here on the cake. Cheyenne Darkangelo to Lindsay West to Kristen Tamberg. She shoots, she scores. Bobcats go on to win 6-0.
Quinnipiac taking on number 3 Cornell on Sunday at the High Point Solutions Arena. Let's head right into the first period, Colin. Emma Woods takes the puck across the blue line. She gives it to Kelly Babcock in front of the net. But Lawrence Slobodnik makes a save, a rebound, a save. Nothing is going to happen here. In the final moments of the first, Shelby Wignall puts a shot on the net. Amanda Colin tries to redirect it on net, but the puck trickles away, score is still 0-0. Heading into the second, Jillian Salner brings the puck into the Bobcat zone and takes a shot. Chelsea Layden saves it and will hold on to that tie. Later, Emma Woods gets the puck off a Cornell turnover, brings the puck across and puts it on net. But the puck goes off Slobodnik's glove and the Bobcats can't put it home. On the penalty kill, Amanda Colin brings the puck into the Cornell zone, but the puck gets taken away. Cheyenne Darkangelo will come in, pick it up, and fires on the net. And that's a Bobcats goal. Bobcats are up 1-0. In the third, Emily Fulton gets the puck on the breakaway, but Sydney Rusler trips her from behind, giving Cornell a penalty shot. This will be crucial for them in this game. On the penalty shot, Emily Fulton brings the puck down the ice. She sends it under Chelsea Layden's legs, and the puck trickles in. Scores tied 1-1. That means we're going to overtime. Carolyn DeBruin brings the puck into the Quinnipiac end and takes a shot, but Layden makes the save and covers. The game would end in a 1-1 tie. Here's Q30 Sport's Kenisha McFadden with analysis of the game.
The women's hockey team had a matchup against the Big Red of Cornell University. It was a pretty even game, and that's expected with both teams having 2 of the best goalies in the ECAC and some of the best scorers in the nation. Chelsea Layden has been pretty much a brick wall for the Bobcats, only allowing 10 goals in 9 games. On the other hand, Cornell's goaltender, Lawrence Slobodnik, is the winningest goalie in Cornell women's hockey history with 55 wins. But going into the matchup, she's allowed 11 goals in her last 3 games. In the first 2 periods, Quinnipiac did a great job of shutting down the neutral zone. Cornell wasn't able to get a clean breakout, and that's ultimately how Quinnipiac went into the third period with a 1-0 lead. Quinnipiac was able to control their defensive zone and limit Cornell's scoring opportunities. In the second period, Cornell went on the power play. The Bobcats have just under a 90% penalty kill, and when it's that good, sometimes they turn into scoring chances. That's exactly what happened. Junior transfer Cheyenne Darkangelo capitalized on Cornell's defensive lapse and put one past Slobodnik. In the third period, with Cornell being the best team in the ECAC, they were able to bounce back. They recognized the Bobcats were shutting down the neutral zone. The Big Red got some momentum behind them and found some holes in Quinnipiac's defense, leading to a tripping infraction caused by Sydney Rusler. Emily Fulton was awarded a penalty shot, and her being a top 10 scorer in the nation and ECAC Player of the Month, it's no surprise she found the back of the net. The game went into overtime and ended in a tie, but overall Quinnipiac had their chances, but they needed to see some offense from players like Kelly Babcock and Emma Woods to get a win over Cornell. Back to you guys.
And when we come back, it's soccer, and you guessed it, more soccer. We'll break down the women's championship run and see how the men fared this weekend. You won't want to miss what's next. Keep it here.
The Bobcat Shop, located at 1010 Sherman Avenue in Hamden. Your #1 choice for Bobcat merchandise. The Bobcat Shop features 2 floors of countless styles and colors. With a full 19,000 square foot screen printing and embroidery operation on the premises, Campus Customs and Simplify can design and decorate any garment or promotional product as quickly as needed. Stop in and say hi.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken with cheese for just over $4, giant cheesesteak subs, and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. Q-Cash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's.
Welcome back to Sports Paws. Natalia Grodzki picked up a big honor last week. The sophomore was named MAAC Defensive Player of the Week for the 2nd time this season. She made 5 saves against Manhattan, which led to a 1-0 victory, and she also became the first goalie this season to shut out 14-1-2 Monmouth.
The women's soccer team traveled to Florida for the MAAC Championships. The team fell to Manhattan 1-0 in the opening round of the tournament. Head coach Dave Clark said that Manhattan played the full 90 minutes while his squad only played the last 15. The Bobcats finished their first season in the MAAC with a 3-8-5 overall record.
Well, Carolyn, the women's season might be over, but the men's team still has games to play before the MAAC playoffs get underway. On Friday, Quinnipiac played host to the 5th-place Fairfield Stags. Captain Simon Hine leads the team in scoring. Spoiler alert, as the Bobcats are undefeated at home in conference play this season. And here we go. Bobcats ready to play host in Hamden, Connecticut at the QU soccer field, where the Bobcats are unbeaten in conference play, as I mentioned. Hey, Borja Goita, he's back in net for the Bobcats. But let's kick it off first half. Hey, Eric Panzer's going to send the ball up. Check out the tracking speed by number 8 there. Michelle Baker going to beat the defenseman. Hit it with your left foot. Oh, he doesn't. Easy save there by the goaltender. Hey, Strangood with the ball now. He's going to pass it to Stephen Hockey, nicknamed Sunshine. The cross does not go, however, it was a cloudy day, and it's still nothing in this game. Hey, but Stephen Hockey gets another chance. Check out the next sequence of events. He crosses it in. It's going to be headed and eventually cleared out by the Fairfield Stags. So the Bobcats are going to have to settle it down, right? No. Pass over to the German, Tobias S. He's going to dribble up, and what a big cross upfield. The Brendan Strangood goalie coming out, chip. Whoop! Over the goalie, into the back of the net. What a touch by that one. That's LB&B for you FIFA lovers out there. Bobcats up 1-0. We're going second half. Fairfield Stags now with a chance. Big cross, but the volley goes wide right. Hey, Fairfield still. They're down 1-0. They want it. Ooh, nice pass between the legs. Cross. Tobias Esch can't get the foot on to clear it out. Pass goes across. The shot, but it's saved by Ngoita and cleared out of there. Hey, here's Tobias Esch again. He's always around the ball. Pass across. Sam Nichols to Simon Hyde. Volley over. It's a goal! He leads this Bobcats team in scoring. He makes the final score 2-0. Bobcats go on to win and shut out the Stags. Hey, his family was in the crowd, and they throw an inflatable kangaroo onto the field from Australia. Bobcats go on to win 2-0.
All right, Colin, and now we're going to go on to Senior Day for the men's soccer team taking on the St. Peter's Peacocks. QU will be honoring 5 of their seniors in this game in the first half. James Doig puts the ball in play on a corner kick, an attempted header, but it's going to go back out to Doig, who says, okay, guys, I'll give you another chance. I'll put it back in. So he kicks it back in, another attempted header, but it's no good and nothing's going to happen there. Later on, Sam Nickel dribbles the ball past the defense and scoots the ball in behind SPU goalie David Giddings. Nickel gets called out of bounds, no goal. In the second half, Michelle Baker comes into open territory in the St. Peter's end. He's looking for someone to pass it to, and he ends up passing it to an SPU defender who almost scores on his own team. Next, we will see Nick Sifrin, and he will give quite an elbow to that QU player, and he'll get a yellow card for that one. The refs would hand out 7 yellow cards by the end of this game. St. Peter's now with one last attempt. Sifrin passes to Omar Crowell, who puts it up for Jack Pounce to kick it in, but the refs call it no good. QU trying to make something happen. Doig puts the ball in play. Simon Hine has a chance to put it in, but he can't complete it. There's still no score. We're going to overtime, Colin. The Peacocks try to get the ball past Borja and Goita in the Bobcat defense, but they are obviously going to stop it. The ball is going to go back out to SPU. They will try to score from far down the field. That's just a little high, Colin. And now going into double overtime, Doig kicks the ball in. The Bobcats try to head it in right here, but it goes just over the goal, and that's the story of the game. The game ends in a 0-0 double overtime tie. QU clinches a spot in the 2013 MAAC Championships. And men's soccer sophomore Stevenson Hockey started all 18 games in his freshman season and has continued to impress. Q30 Sport's Darnell Ragland sat down with Hockey to talk about the season.
I'm Darnell Ragland. I'm here with men's soccer defender Stephen Hockey. How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good. I know you're from New Jersey and attended Pennington High School, New Jersey, and you achieved the Red Rider Award in in soccer and lacrosse. What was it like winning that award for both of those sports?
I mean, it's nice. It's always good when you get an award. Kind of shows all the hard work that you put in and stuff, and it's it was an honor, of course. I mean, soccer has always been kind of my true love. I kind of just picked up lacrosse for fun because a couple of my friends were playing. It just kind of came naturally to me. So just kind of really just worked hard in both of them all year, and it paid off at the end, I guess.
And coming here to Quinnipiac, what made you to choose soccer over lacrosse?
Well, I don't know. Ever since growing up, soccer's been my one love. It's kind of like always had soccer to go to. Whenever anything's wrong, you always go out to the turf and you play soccer, kick it around with my brother, my little sister now. And I guess I never really found that passion in lacrosse. I played, one of my best friends, Kevin, played lacrosse, so he kind of like made me try out, and it came naturally. I mean, I had a lot of fun with it, but I never really had that same connection with lacrosse that I did soccer. I mean, I was always just trying to get in shape for soccer, playing lacrosse, and I'd always stay after and do sprints just thinking about having soccer practice later that night. So I mean, it got stressful at times having to go to lacrosse and then go right to soccer afterwards, but I never really had that same connection with lacrosse that I did with soccer. Soccer's kind of always been there for me, and lacrosse is just something to keep me in shape and keep me going for soccer.
Yeah, that's great. And I know your brother plays soccer too. Can you tell us about your relationship with him in soccer?
Yeah, I mean, he's older than me. He's a senior right now at Connecticut College, and he's a forward, so it really creates some intense battles. We're two of the most competitive people you ever meet, so it will always end in one of us fighting. My parents getting really mad at all of us, and kind of helping share that with my little sister now. But I mean, we battle. I mean, he's definitely one of the reasons why I've been successful so far, just because whenever I'm home, it's always him attacking me, I'm defending him making me tougher, both mentally and physically. So definitely give most of my credit to him. So
now with 3 games left and the season almost to an end, and the MAAC tournament soon coming, do you guys feel you guys can win the MAAC championship? And if so, what do you guys need to do to win the MAAC championship?
Oh yeah, there's not one person in the locker room that doesn't think we are capable of winning the MAAC championship. We know we can do it. We know it's not going to be an easy road. We know every game is going to be a battle, but there's not one guy in there that thinks we can't win it. We're just going to have to keep working hard. We're going to have to kind of forget about the Monmouth loss. We know that game could have gone either way, and we just got to keep looking forward and keep just making sure we take it game by game. We can't kind of look too far ahead, because if that happens, then we're going to forget about the game that's ahead of us. So only thing that's on our mind right now is St. Peter's. That's our game tomorrow, senior day. So we're just going to keep focusing on that game. After that game is done, we're going to look forward to Siena, and then after that, we look forward to Ryder. So just game by game, take it like that.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Well, you cannot forget about the Quinnipiac field hockey squad this year. With the fall sports season winding down, it is time to celebrate the seniors with their last home game. 7 Quinnipiac seniors were acknowledged pregame, but they had to deal with the game at hand. Here we go, the Bobcats playing host to the Bryant Bulldogs. The Bobcats entering the game are 11-6, looking to win, make it 12-6 on the senior day. Okay, let's go ahead and start early on in the first half. Bobcats got an inbound. Megan McCullum, she can inbound and pass it to Kristen Engelke, who's going to take it on net. Hey, why not? She's going to rip a shot, stopped there by Megan Hancock, who deflects it away. Nothing doing. Hey, back the other end. Here we go. Rosie Bird's going to take it down for the Bryant Bulldogs. Pass it around. Hey, but Megan Conboy, look at that, diving out of the net. She's there to make sure it goes out of bounds. Nothing doing. Let's go second half. Hey, Bobcats got the ball right now. Savannah Riley. She's going to get it, she's going to bring it in, but Megan Hancock, where did she come from, Carolyn?
I don't know, Colin.
Wow, she makes the save, but you know what? It would lead to a penalty shot for the Bobcats. She shoots and, Noonan, she missed it wide. Still second half now. Danielle Allen receives the long pass. She's all alone. Final seconds, and she can't get it by. Great job on the angle there by Megan Hancock. She forces her to shoot it wide. Play ends. You know what, Carolyn? Just like your soccer highlight, we're going to overtime. Here we go, QU on the penalty corner. It's Amanda Danziger with the shot. She scores. Megan Hancock looked a little out of place there. Amanda Danziger does it. Bobcats win the final game at home this year on senior day, 1-0 over the Bryant University Bulldogs.
The women's field hockey team took down Siena 3-0 to clinch their share of the 2013 MAAC Field Hockey Regular Season Championship. The Bobcats will split it with Ryder. Jess Rusin started the scoring for QU early in the first half with her 14th goal of the season. Midway through the second half, Jennalise Taylor scored off a rebound to give Quinnipiac the 2-goal lead. And then, Colin, with 2 minutes to play, Rusin came back with her 15th goal of the season, tying the Bobcats' single-season goal and point record. The Bobcats take the number 2 seed in next week's MAAC Championship and will play number 3 seeded Bryant on Friday. We'll now bring in our analysts Tom Albanese and Arthur Bailin to answer an important question that I can't seem to make up myself, Colin. Which team is more likely to win the MAAC Championship, field hockey or men's soccer? Guys, what are we thinking?
Thanks, Carolyn. And Tom, let's get right to it. Who do you think has a better chance to win a MAAC championship, field hockey or men's soccer?
Well, Arthur, I'm going to have to go with the men's soccer team, and for these reasons. They have been getting a lot of offensive power from the rest of their team, besides guys like Simon Hine and Marshall Baker, 2 leading goal scorers on the team. From guys like Brandon Straingood, Sam Nickel, and a couple other players on the team as well, Justin Ward being another one as well. You're starting to see this team come together as a unit, and everyone is really contributing, whether it's on the offensive end or the defensive end. And the main reason why I'm saying men's soccer has a chance is because of Borja Ngoita and what he's done this season for Quinnipiac. In the past 2 games, has given up no goals to opponents, and this season, 0.71 goals against average. It's just incredible. It's the best what he's had here at Quinnipiac.
Well, Tom, the one problem with your logic is you need to show complete mastery in order to be sure of success in a tournament. And that's why I say field hockey will be the ultimate victors in the MAAC tournaments rather than men's soccer. And that is because the only team in the MAAC they have lost to is Ryder in a 2-1 loss at Ryder. And that was a game, quite frankly, Quinnipiac could have won. No team in the MAAC other than Ryder really gave them much of a fight, and that's why they'll have a clear path to the final when they will face Ryder.
But that's seriously, Arthur, that's the one thing I have to disagree with you on. In their match against Bryant, as you mentioned, it went to overtime. They did have to really fight to get that win, and there were a couple of times where Bryant could have easily swept right past Quinnipiac to get that win. And another reason why...
So it was an off game, but they still are a better team than Bryant.
Well, all right, then
Plus, you're using ties as part of your logic.
Well, I'm not talking about ties now, but say...
No, but you did talk about ties before, and you're using ties as part of your logic.
Well,
bottom line, field hockey did not have to resort to something as measly as a tie.
I don't care, though, about ties or wins right now, but the one thing that I know about the field hockey team is that they've struggled on the road. 3-5 record combined on a road and neutral site games. They've done most of their damage.
But they're playing against better teams than they'll face.
That doesn't matter, but especially for this MAAC championship, it's going to be at Ryder. And Ryder.
But they showed that they can compete with Ryder at Ryder.
And I understand that, but they still did not win that game. That's why.
They could have. I mean, like you can lose a game every once in a while. I mean, they played a fantastic team. What I'm saying is they can compete with Ryder.
I'm not saying.
And you have not given me any reason why I can believe that men's soccer can compete with Monmouth.
But to your point there are especially times where field hockey team. They've been good some games, but they've also not shown up to play other games. Like in terms
look
of
at their conference schedule.
It doesn't matter though. Like you
need to play Maine where they lost by a few goals. They're playing MAAC teams.
Yes, and I understand that, and I agree with you that they've done really well against MAAC teams.
That's all that matters, though.
But
that's all that matters.
There are a couple teams that I think are better than Quinnipiac in the MAAC in this year's MAAC tournament. Out of the 3 other teams that they're playing, I feel that they're likely going to be playing Bryant in the first round of the tournament in the semifinals. I think they can give Quinnipiac a run for their money.
Yeah, but Quinnipiac will not lose that game.
That's your opinion, but I think definitely Bryant could give them a run for their money, and I think that Ryder is going to ultimately come out on this championship, not only because they've dominated the MAAC as Quinnipiac has, but they've got the home field advantage, and that's the one thing that's going into this tournament, how it's at Ben Cohen Field in Lawrenceville, New Jersey, at Ryder University. That's going to give Ryder a huge advantage, and they've only had their one loss on the season came at home as well. And they have a decent record on the road as well, but with their home record, they're going to have that home field advantage that they've so desperately desired to get into this tournament. And with being the #1 seed, most likely in this tournament, is going to help them with that.
Well, agree to disagree. We'll send it back to the news desk, guys.
Thanks a lot, gentlemen. Now it is time for Carolyn and I to have a fashion debate.
Now, Colin, I told you the yellow shirt doesn't work. You look a little bit like a bumblebee.
Now, with that comment, we're going to take a break here on Sports Paws. Coming up, we have women's volleyball highlights as they took on Marist College. and a feature that takes you inside the superstitions of 3 soccer players. Stay with us.
The Bobcat Shop, located at 1010 Sherman Avenue in Hamden. Your #1 choice for Bobcat merchandise. The Bobcat Shop features 2 floors of countless styles and colors. With a full 19,000 square foot screen printing and embroidery operation on the premises, Campus Customs and Simplify can design and decorate any garment or promotional product as quickly as needed. Stop in and say hi.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken with cheese for just over $4, giant cheesesteak subs, and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. Q-Cash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's.
Welcome back to Sports Paws. The Quinnipiac volleyball team looked to break their losing streak against the Marist Red Foxes this week. Let's head to Burtcon Court to find out if they could ace their competition. And here we are, the Quinnipiac Bobcats taking on the Marist Red Foxes at Burtcon Court. Starting with the first set, Becca Jones with the serve. Brittany Robinson will set it up for Allison Lee, who will come down with a kill. Bobcats on the board early. Still in the first, Audra Brady will set it for Mackenzie Stevens, who will kill it, but Riker will set it up, and Jamie Palucci will hit it over again, but Brady sets it up, and now Stevens, that's a kill to end the play. And now later on in the first set, Brady will set it up for Shaw, and she'll put it right in Bonnie Conklin's face. The Red Foxes win the first set. Into the second, Millington serves, Tanner Celestin receives it, Robinson puts it up for Lee, who lobs it over. Bobcats trying to stay alive. Still in the second, Robinson with the serve, Zewick passes to Brady, and Shaw spikes it over. Marist takes the lead in the set. Thornton serves it for the Bobcats, Zewick passes to Brady, and Shaw spikes it over. The Red Foxes take the second set. In the third, Sam Aleko serves for Quinnipiac. Russo receives it, Jones keeps it alive, Zewick sends it over. Thornton plays it to Robinson, and Katie Ricky will get the hit, but it's blocked. Millington plays it over to Amanda Schlegel, and Jones finishes it right down the line. Now still in the third, Jones serves, Palucci controls it, Robinson sets for Celestin, who hits it over Zewick, gets it to Schlegel, and Kelsey Leahy spikes it over. Marist is in control in the end of the third. Celestin with the serve, but it's out of bounds, Colin. The Marist Red Foxes sweep the Bobcats 3-0.
How about all those names in that pack, Carolyn? After losing to Marist 3-0, the Bobcats traveled south to New Jersey for the weekend. One of Quinnipiac's 4 wins on the season came to Ryder on October 5th. However, that was October. On Saturday, QU suffered a 3-0 defeat to the Bronx. The victory was Ryder's 5th win in the conference. Quinnipiac bounced back on Sunday, however, by defeating the St. Peter's Peacocks 3-2. The Bobcats went down 2 sets early, but rallied behind Chandler Thornton's 13 kills. QU's next game is this Saturday as they host Iona.
The women's rugby team closed their regular season this weekend, beating Westchester of Pennsylvania 29-22. Natalie Costco led the scoring for the Bobcats with 15 points, while Shannon Durkin and Devin Vieira each added 5 points. The game was a back-and-forth battle. Westchester made a push in the closing minutes to come back, but the Quinnipiac defense stayed strong. QU finishes first in their division and will receive a bye in the first round of playoffs.
Carolyn, we both know that you're an expert setter, playing volleyball in high school, but did you ever have any wacky superstitions?
I did, Colin. When I would serve, I would bounce the ball 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then I'd cross my right foot behind my left and my left foot behind my right.
All right, Carolyn, I got to cut you off there. The men's soccer team has plenty of superstitions. Here's Steph Fasano with more.
The Quinnipiac men's soccer team gets physically ready for the game on the practice field, but how they get ready mentally is a different story.
Just read it actually recently in a psychologist book, and you have like a certain number of things on your wrist, whether it's a watch or a bracelet, and after you take each one off, you speak about things that you don't want to do, and once you've taken them off, almost as if you're free of them and you're not going to do them on game day. I also have a pair of shin pads I bought them for like $5, and they're the worst ones in the team by far, and I don't think they protect me at all, but I have to wear them as well.
I always listen to the same music, Then I come out and warm up. I always have to wear night gloves and night boots. I always put my night glove, the left one before the right one. I always tape my left hand before the right one.
Well, I mean, the mental side of the game is really a big part, minus the skill and the practice. So, for me at least, I write in Latin on my cleats. Not going to share what it is because that's why it's written in Latin. But you know, when you're out on the field and things aren't going your way, you look down, and it's just kind of something that keeps your head in the right spot.
While these rituals may seem minor to us, these athletes take them very seriously.
If I have a bad game, then I never repeat what I did the day before the game. So I always change that around, and then if it's a good game, then I always do the same thing that I did the last week, the day before the game.
It's really been the same thing every time, just different on certain cleats. So I'll wear different cleats on different days when I need to focus on different parts of my game.
And the shin pads, I'm definitely going to stick with until they break, and then I don't know what I'll do. If I get a bad tackle and they snap, I'll be lost. Yeah.
I'm Stefasano, Q30 Sports.
Well, it's time to look past wristbands, special songs, and Latin shoe writing because we got a big week ahead of us with sports.
Yes, we do, Colin, most notably the rematch of last year's national championship game.
Number 7 Quinnipiac will host number 11 Yale in a clash of Connecticut's two best hockey teams Saturday night at the High Point Solutions Arena. Last year, the Bobcats took 3 out of 4 games from the Bulldogs, but the one they didn't win was for the national title. The Bobcats have gained new talent since then, most notably Sam Annis and Connor Clifton. But there are new faces in for the Bulldogs as well. Freshmen Alex Lyon and Patrick Spano have been splitting time in the net.
And the men's basketball team will travel to Bridgeport, Connecticut for the Connecticut 6 Classic. KU edged out Hartford in last year's tournament 65-61. Quinnipiac will open their season off again facing Hartford.
Sounds like winter sports season is upon us, Carolyn.
Yes, it is, and you can bet Sports Paws will be covering it all. But you know, Q30 really has Quinnipiac sports on lock all the time, Colin. To see our sports updates, simply go to youtube.com/user/Q30TV. And for other Bobcat news, follow us on Twitter at Q30 Sports.
For my anchor partner, Carolyn Fales, I'm Colin Babcock. We'll see you next week.